Hello, hello, and welcome back for more ridiculous but utterly unfalsifiable statements down in the putrid passages of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, you gotta accept it, Internet. I could say whatever I want, and as long as you can't directly prove it to be false, there's nothing you can do about it. Want an example? Sure. Let's say, hey, you know what? The liquid beneath the icy crust of Europa, it's entirely composed of whale semen. Yeah, little known fact, whale semen. Another little known fact, Higgs boson tastes exactly like butter rum lifesavers, exactly like butter rum. And on a related note, I'm not actually a human being. I'm just a sophisticated voice emulator engineered by hyper-intelligent dung beetles. Yep. All completely unjustifiable, and for all you know, Internet, absolutely and 100% in total fact. This speech I'm giving right now could be entirely the result of a beetle carefully rolling a ball of camel excrement across the keyboard in a cubicle somewhere in an office building in Madagascar. Can't falsify my claim. Don't care. Maybe, as you suspected, I'm just a doughy Midwestern guy with an overactive imagination. Or maybe, I'm an elaborate collection of electrical impulses caused by the subtle gyrations of a ball of camel shit. And the great thing is, not only do you not know, you never will. I feel pretty good about that. Let's go figure out what we're gonna do. I would love to go take a run at the Darkest Dungeon, but I want to wait until everybody has literally no stress. We're going in zeros across the board. Padme has 6, or rather, Padme has 4 and Henry Blake has 6. If we let them idle one more week, we'll have 0 going in. Also, I don't really want to get a legendary bracer out of my trip into the Darkest Dungeon. I'd honestly like something a little more grandiose, so I think we're going to pass on that. What do we got down in the ruins? Fulminating Prophet for a Book of Sandy. We already have one of those. Rampart Shield I do like, but we also already have one of those. The Silence in the Crypts event is actually quite good. Caregivers Convention. Okay, I think we're currently enjoying a Caregivers Convention. Isn't the one that makes like... Oh, no, wait, Caregivers Convention is the one that makes quirk removal stuff free. That's real tempting. The Leper Mask is also not terrible. We could get a Guardian Shield, which is bad. Our need for deeds is sort of long past. I think we're pretty much up to just... What do we just need? Portraits now, right? We're doing, like, just portraits? Actually, we don't really need portraits either. Our Instructor Mastery is maxed. Blacksmithery also maxed. So we're sort of at liberty to do whatever the hell we please when it comes to heirlooms then. They're no longer much of an influence. What do we got over here? A hero. Ooh, that's real good, though. It's real good. Real good. Fresh Air in the Tunnels is a nice event, too. The Hero's Ring. We could give somebody, with this Hero's Ring, we could give one person plus 40% virtue chance, which would be huge in the Darkest Dungeon. Absolutely huge. I'm torn. I'm very torn here. The problem is the team I would want to, get it is also the team that I need to go into the Darkest Dungeon, and I don't want them to have stress, but I kind of feel like we got to go get this Hero's Ring. It's too good. Bonus 40% chance for a virtue. That gives us, I think, like a total of 45% plus any other benefits we could get. That's real good. It's real good. That would delay our overall assault on the Darkest Dungeon, though. And you know what? At a medium length to get 3 animalistic shrines, I honestly think this is a worthwhile endeavor. So much so, I'm going to do this. I'm actually going to do this mission. Even though we don't need to, I'm still going to do it. Also, it's not a terrible, dry run for the Darkest Dungeon itself. It gives us a little bit of a warm-up to kind of get a feel for exactly how well this team can do when their back's up against the wall. So let's get some trinkets on them here. Holy Orders, of course. This is bonus virtue chance. This is actually, the Holy Orders would be better for our Crusader. So we would go Holy Orders and a squidgy tentacle here. That would give us 40% for a virtue chance as well as just minus 20% overall stress. It gives us a bonus to death blow resistance as well, which is also good in the Darkest Dungeon. Do we need the Ancestor's Tentacle here? In all likelihood, probably not. I think we're going to go with the bonus critical, bonus healing, bonus blight. Henry Blake, what do we want to give you? Well, we are going down to, I don't even remember where this was. The Warrens? Are we going into the Warrens? We're going into the Warrens, which means we're going to be fighting humans, beasts. So let's give you a Beast Slayer's ring then. The Brawler's Gloves are also real good. Minus 3% crit. This is actually more of a leper item than a Crusader item. I think I'm just gonna, yeah, we're gonna let you roll with that. So what do we want to give then old Henry Blake? Well, the cudgel weight is a definitive must. That thing has got to go with us. And then I'm thinking maybe we just give you something that gives you a little bit of extra damage. And a Beast Slayer's ring here would not be bad. Where is our Beast Slayer's ring? I know we have one. Wait, do we not? We have a Beast Slayer's ring. Where the hell is it? Who's holding out on me? I know for a fact we have one of those rings. Here it is. All right, Beast Slayer's ring. There we go. We're going to suffer a -2 dodge penalty. Not the end of the world. We finally got the trinkets that we want for our Plague Doctor. We're just going to crank him up with a whole truckload of bonus Blight skill chance. And then for our little Vestal here, nothing fancy. We're just going to go with the old Sacred Scroll and Junia's head. Massive, massive healing this gives us. I don't know about the overall stress bonus we're taking into the dungeon. That's a little troubling. I'm also trying to consider what we would do if we wanted to swap trinkets around. But in the dungeon, if we make one of our team members, as long as we really only need one person who can avoid, who has the virtue chance. That's really all we need. It's just the one guy with the virtue. And I'm thinking that's probably going to be Dwayne Hicks. The guy is a virtuous son of a bitch. But why do you think he never boned Ripley? He's just like, no, I'm sorry, Ripley, I can't. I'm too virtuous. And unless we plan to marry Ripley, I can't in good conscience, you know, get it on with you. I'm sorry. I know Newt needs a dad now that her old dad is dead, but still, I would feel remiss about starting this relationship off in such an ignominious fashion. You like it, Ripley, and I think you do kind of like it, but if you like it, girl, you gotta put a ring on it. It's the Dwayne Hicks motto. If you like it, Ripley, you should have put a ring on it. You know, should have put a ring on it before he got his face why can't I buy another torch? What's that all about? Am I at the maximum number? Well, fine, I'll just take 16 torches. I don't know how I could be possibly at the maximum of number. It doesn't really matter. We got plenty of goods. We have no inventory space as it is, but we're not here for the inventory space. We're here for the hero's ring. Because we have other teams that are going to have to go into the darkest dungeon, and not every one of those teams is going to be able to have a Crusader on it who can use the Crusader's orders. And if you liked it, Ripley, you should have put a ring on it before they killed me off camera. That's all I'm going to say. Poor Hicks. What is it with, you know, everybody always says Sean Bean is the guy who dies in every movie, but if you think about it, Michael Bean sort of gets kind of a raw deal, too. That guy gets killed in a lot of his movies, and his are usually way less dramatic and awesome than Sean Bean. Maybe it's just something about having the last name of Bean in Hollywood that people would be like, yeah, your role's gonna be to die in movies most of the time. Hicks got killed, Lieutenant Coffee got killed in the Abyss, another like a Sean Bean character. His character gets killed in The Rock, brutally gunned down in a prison shower. I'm just saying. What the hell are you, by the way? A swine skiver. Skiver? I don't know, but I can tell you what they are doing is ruining the shit out of my Plague Doctor. I don't like that one bit. Especially not the 21-point critical to start, mostly because of the ridiculous amount of stress that it gave us. So your ass is getting stunned because you're not hitting me with that shit again. He is quite stun resistant as well. You know who else is getting stunned? This piece of shit. Time to put you bitches on lockdown. I've had enough of your crap, and I need to get a directed heal at my homegirl here before somebody takes her head. Okay, you're stunned, so that guy has a phenomenal speed as well. I think here we just go for the Hound's Harry. We should be able to get one kill, and if we get a little bonus damage from bleeding on these guys, it'll be nice. A little bit of stress relief as well. This guy has a shitload of health. We really need to start working him over. I'm gonna kill this guy first, though. Okay, ball and chain. They have swung at no one except for our Plague Doctor. Caitlin Starr is taking a real furious pound in here. Go ahead and I want one of these guys dead so that we can start working this guy over maybe with the cudgel weight. We still got to do another directed heal. I want Caitlin Stark topped off so she's not one swing from dead. Stun wears off on Lady Cat. Got 3 damage out of our bleed there. Spit to roast. No idea what that does, but we got a sweet dodge out of it. I think we'll just go ahead and murder you. I'm not giving this guy a chance to get off on us again. Are you accusing the weird pig man with a sack full of spears of masturbating on? Well, you know, call a spade, I guess. He looks like the kind of guy who would try and get off on you if you turned your back on him for a moment. Okay, a little bit of blight to go with that bleed. We're going to double up on him. You're definitely getting one of those. Yeah, enjoy that. We're going to try and maybe chew out a little bit of stress relief here. From a stress perspective, we're actually doing okay. Big old crit from Padme. That's fatal damage. Now we can afford to monkey around. We don't even have to worry about this guy. It turns out you're fucked, dog. Completely screwed. Go ahead and die. Win that speed roll, I dare you. See what you get. I want these crests. I also want that gold. The onyx, I'm going to abandon to the floor. All right, first fight was a bit of a tough one, but, you know, we overcame. We endured. Got a little scouting for our troubles. This is excellent. Yeah, that's a quest location, so we're going to need to go in that direction. You a quest location? No, you're a room battle with the curio. Well, then, I think we'll just head over in this way. No real drawbacks to moving. We should definitely restore our party order. Back to default. Who wants to disarm a trap? You do. Henry Blake. All right, get the disarm. Got rid of the stress and then immediately picked it back up for walking. That's awesome. Okay. Still, we're doing okay. Why are you going to the quest location first, Pete? Because I want to empty out my inventory. That's why. The faster we can get rid of some of these inventory items, the better off we're going to be. See, because like right now, we need to get rid of something out of our inventory, and we have too many things in our inventory. I don't know what to get rid of. It's not going to be the torches. It's not going to be the crests. The portraits, you know, we don't really need them. All right, you know what? I'm going to abandon both of those. We don't necessarily need the portraits right away. Get rid of a couple torches, take our light back up. We'll be just above the 75-point threshold for this room battle. Another one of these assholes? Okay, this is actually quite bad because we have surprised the enemy. I don't like it even a little. So first things first, you get your ass stunned. Then we need more stun from the rest of the team, and I'm going to try and kill this dude. 11 damage, pretty strong start from Padme. Then we go for the big stun in the back. All right, 3 out of 4 locked down, and this guy's not even going to get a swing. Get railed on, chump. Okay, these guys are going to spend their first turn being stunned, and now it's back to speed roll time, and they didn't manage to beat us. So let's start cooking some blight here. We're going to take some stress from the little drummer boy. Cripple them. Holy shit, that does a lot of AoE damage. And is a blight! Okay, yeah, that one hurt quite a bit. We're in some not inconsiderable trouble here. Please kill this man. It actually was a death blow. Good. That may have saved us from having a unit on death's door here. What do we want to do? This is the guy that criticaled us for way, way too many. Definitely dropping a directed heal on Caitlin Stark. That only got us back 15, which is not enough to stop another one of those AoE attacks that this prick just threw at us. I don't like these guys at all. They're really, really dangerous. He has infinite blight. You're getting your ass stunned because I'm not taking any more shit from you. I'll give this guy a shot at a critical. If you want another shot, go ahead and step up. Take it. Come up to the mic. I'm going to swing at Henry Blake, huh? All right, I'll take your 8 damage. And then you're getting smashed in the face with a big sword. I kind of feel like an AoE heal is more appropriate here. We dropped the critical on the person who needed it the least, so that's fantastic. This guy, not quite fatal. Good God, this attack does way too much damage. When you couple it with the fact that it's a blight, that attack is kind of freaking absurd. So you're getting stunned. We need to put this guy on lockdown for a minute so we can sort of patch some shit up. First off, we gotta... How are we have so little stress despite the fact that we're taking fairly crippling amounts of damage. We're getting ruined damage-wise, but other than that, we're holding our own just fine. So this guy's doing 15 of 3 targets a turn, and we're healing 15 total to the entire group. He did not die, though. The bleed wore off. Well, you have fatal damage now, you piece of garbage. All right. I think we just throw a blight here. That also is not fatal damage, but the 3 damage we get from this club is going to be fatal damage. And now we can ignore... Never mind. Well, we don't really need stress relief, but this guy already has fatal damage, and I could really go for the heal right now since we've got a lot of people who are injured. And we're going to try and pump back up in an AoE capacity. We're still a little short. And, of course, he wins the speed roll, because why wouldn't he? So we're going to grab the shovel. I want the crests. I mean, I want too much of this stuff, really. Medicinal... I mean, I want the sapphires, and I want the crests. What do we get rid of? I think we keep anti-venom above all, so medicinal herbs and bandages are going on the floor. How come I can't carry this shovel? Well, the shovel's getting abandoned too, then. We'll bust up the animalistic shrine. That does free up 1 inventory slot for us. More scouting is fantastic. On this level of dungeon, we want to try and make an effort to avoid as many fights as possible. We know there's a quest location there, and this room is empty, so we have no reason to go fight this room battle. We'll probably double back over this way. Or we'll go back into the room we just came out of, because I'm an idiot. Okay, hunger prompt. No big deal. Honestly, eating a little food is probably not a terrible idea just for the healing. Another shrine has been decimated. That leaves us with 2 to go. Sack full of goodies. Contents are ours. Big stacks of gold. Okay, you know, that's acceptable. I'll take a couple big stacks of gold. No fight here, but we are going to have a hallway battle on our way to this room. Coming up right here in this tile. Insatiable ghouls suck. All right, drums of debilitation. That's a mark, I think, right? Yeah, okay. Marked and debuffed. Now we're going to get rent. Yeah, okay. We knew that was coming. It's fine. Little bit of stress all around. We'll get it back. Don't worry. First things first, club that man in the face. We're not taking any more of that garbage. Okay, then start piling some blight on this joker. And if you... I mean, we've got to go for the directed heal. As much as I don't want to and would love to pound some more damage into the stress unit, we cannot afford to do that. Take a cheap shot at the ghoul because Dwayne Hicks can't hit the man we actually want to hit. So I think we pile on some more blight. Not fatal damage yet, but if we get a shot off, like Drums of Doom, okay, we're going to take some stress here. Not a ton of stress, really. We're not going to get another stun on the ghoul, but we should definitely put damage on him. We want to get him at least halfway down. I'm going to try and double stun the ghoul. Oh, he resisted. All right, that's unfortunate. We got to throw the big heal down at our boy Henry Blake and keep him pumped back up. Okay, we didn't have fatal damage before, but we do now. That guy has, like, triple overhead fatal damage. Padme Amidala. Oh, good. Criticaled by a stress attack. Well, you know what? I only did 8. That's not that bad. This guy has a huge amount of stun resistance left. You know what? Mark him. Let's try and buff up and get a really solid bite. Hit him for 23. Dwayne Hicks doing some good damage. Hicks is taking a rend. It didn't critical, so I can't really be bothered to care. Hicks can... Damage, he can soak it. He can take damage to the face all day and be fine. This is why we bring him in the dungeon. It's his whole job. Take it to the face, Hicks. Oh, take it to the face, Hicks. That's what they called him back in Basic. And we're not going to dick around and give this guy a chance to hit us with a big stress attack. I think the smart move here is just straight up go ahead and kill him. Get him dead now. Let him be dead forever. Dump gold in favor of portraits. I'm going to snag this torch as well, which we will immediately burn. No room battle here, so we've got an obstacle. This is not a quest location, just a room battle with Kyrio, so honestly, I think the smart move here, we go around. We came in for a trinket. Really wish I hadn't abandoned all my bandages, but what's done is done. Continue moving on. Keep our light level high. We came here to do a job, and the job is done. We did it. This is it. Job's done. We're like a peon. Job's done. We're going to continue adventuring, though. Pete, why would you push your luck down in the legendary dungeon after you've got what you came for? Well, because we've got an opportunity for at least 2 more curio interactions and to, you know, step on a trap.
Curious is the trap maker's art.
Okay, got another stanchion here, and we still haven't camped either. We've still, if our stress gets out of control, we can always drop a camp here to sort of liven things up a bit, or at least relieve some of our stress. And there's our scouting. As long as we can keep going without too many more room battles, I'm inclined to do so. We could get 3 more curios and some stress relief here for getting rid of this trap, like so. Okay, this, oh, god damn it, Padme. Alright, well, you found loot, I guess, so it's not all bad. We had holy water. We could have cleansed that. Do we want to fight a room battle for a curio? I think the answer is yes. And this will probably be as far as we go. So let's crank the light level all the way to max. Yeah, we overspent on torches and whatnot a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. We're going to get what we came for. We came for the hero's ring. We're walking out with the hero's ring. Really wish I hadn't taken this fight, though. Especially if we get a disease. Spit to roast. Well, it didn't critical and still did 17 freaking damage. So we need to get some stuns going as quickly as possible here. Oh, good. There's the critical. Wow, we took an asinine amount of damage from that. So, you're getting stunned, first off. And then if we could get our little plague doctor in the back to also maybe do some stunning here, that'd be good. Speed roll today? There you go, champ. Yeah, we got the stuns working all around the clock here. Let's follow that up with some blight damage. We're probably going to have Padme go for damage. 1, because we need the damage, and 2, because it heals her, and we kind of need her healed. I think we... Okay, first off, what we should do is eat this dog treat. And then I think we go ahead and stun you. Pete, you actually used the dog treat and then went for the stun. Yeah, I don't want anybody getting hit here. I want a chance for a kill before we have to take a bunch more damage. Okay, that guy is stunned. Also stunned. Those guys are getting all the stun debuffs. But there's our first kill. So we've whittled them down to 3. Start stacking up the blight damage. The critical is nice. This pigman now, yep, there we go. Fatal damage, so we don't have to worry about any bullshit from him. Your stun resistance is really good, and so is yours. So I think the better bet, let's go for the directed damage on the bite. I want to get this guy killed. He hits way too hard. Yeah, there you go. Exactly what I'm talking about with the way too hard bullshit. Well, we're going to be on death's door. Butcher's cut for 9. No, not. Yep, okay, there's death's door. Don't be bleeding. Resisted to bleed. Beautiful. Okay, and get off of death's door. Also get some stress relief, which you need. We need to give Padme a little stress relief here as well. Directed heals for you, though. We take another one of those 21 damage bullshit shots, and we could be right here. Spit to roast, okay. Unfucking believable. These guys do ridiculous damage. We gotta win a speed roll. Alright, well, he didn't hit Henry Blake or he'd be dead. Yeah, we're done fucking around with this shit. These guys are way too powerful. They stunned our healer. And we can't do anything with Caitlyn because she's in the wrong position. So I guess we'll have to be forced to move then. And do this. That's good. We needed the stress relief. This guy does have fatal damage, so we're not taking any more of his nonsensical, stupid horse. No more of your horse shit. Also, you're not hitting anybody else ever again. Now you get to know what it's like to be stunned, asshole. And our stress levels have gotten completely out of control. We should have left. I shouldn't have pressed my luck. We should have quit while we were ahead. Should have getting gone while the getting was gone and good. Padme, give me damage and healing here. Healed yourself for 9. I don't even like the fact that this guy is swinging at us. You know what? Keep trying to stun him. The critical, there it is. Critical got the stun. Bonus stress relief for the crit as well. Stack some more blight on this jerk. We do not have fatal. You know what? No. We don't have fatal damage. We still don't have fatal damage. We're 1 short. I really want to stress. I'm going to trust us to be able to beat this guy on a speed roll. Okay, we did it. Now we have fatal damage. And can we get anything out of... I mean, not really. Well, we should... This probably won't kill him. 4 extra stress relief. That attack got us 4 extra stress relief, and I will take it. Well, I don't want to pick up 100 gold when I could be taking 8 crests or an emerald. Also, dog treat are gone. Taking the emerald. The shovels also gone. Taking this onyx. All right. Sacrificial stone, I think. This is the one we just touched, right? Nope. Oh, good. That's what I needed in my campaign to keep my stress levels low.
Circle in the dark.
I always forget which one is the one that you have to put the firewood on. I was not going to sacrifice my firewood. So, self-vigil, that gives you minus 25 of stress. That's nice, but we're not going to do that. What we're going to do instead is sanctuary. It gives us huge heals and massive stress relief, as well as preventing nighttime ambush. So you have 32 stress, 16, and 30. We don't even have enough time to get rid of all of that. For 5 time, we could get rid of 15 stress. That's a bad investment then. What we should do is encourage you. And we should have you encourage you. And we have... Who else has encourage? Okay, you can encourage... Okay, you encourage this man. That leaves us with 2 time. Can we do anything with 2 that will give us stress relief? We could heal somebody for 15%. Is that all we can do? Yep, that's it. I mean, is anybody diseased? I don't think anyone is diseased, but let's double check. We're gonna have to probably idle these heroes for a week now to get them down to the 0 stress that we were shooting for. But the hero's ring, I think, is probably worth the week's delay. I really do. It's a good item. Sure, why not? There you go. Jack a little morphine. You know, it's always good to shoot smack into your eyeballs. Who doesn't love a little bit of sweet, sweet smack now and then? And let's get the hell out of this dungeon. We could have left with 0 stress. Probably should have left with 0 stress, but I'm a sucker for pushing my luck. What can I say? 14,000 gold, not disuseful. We did pick up 32 crests, which is very nice. What kind of debilitating quirks did we get? Well, you just picked up Guilty Conscience, which is not really that big of a deal. Guilty Conscience here, which is not picked up a Resolution. Hard Skinned replaced Natural Eye. That sucks. And Unholy Hater replaced Manslayer. That's probably in aggregate a wash. And this should have unlocked the town event that lets us lock in or get rid of quirks. 33% resolve, and never mind. Fresh air in the tunnels is the one that gives us bonuses down in the Warrens. Well, I guess we'll probably go to the Warrens then while this team idles. Padme, you need to get rid of how much stress? 15. Hicks, you got to get rid of how much? 16. Blake, you have like 2? 2. Yeah, we're going to idle the team for a week. That should give us enough to get us down into a level where we can go. And we'll have, you know, we've got other teams that still could use some EXP, speaking of which. We got Wash, Dawson, Maud Flanders, and Lori Grimes. I wouldn't mind taking these guys down. Try and get them to level 4. Maybe, just maybe, kill a boss if there's a boss available to be killed. Somebody who looks promising. Somebody who looks like they, you know, want to die. Like maybe a fulminating prophet. I'm just kidding. We're not fighting the fucking fulminating prophet. The last time we fought the fulminating prophet, we lost someone, and I'm not going to do that. We'll go do some easy mission down in the Warrens. Is there an easy mission down in the Warrens? Could try and kill the Swine King. We would have bonuses. Trinket sucks. Yeah, I'm probably going to not do that. The sharpening sheath for the highwayman, however, is very good, and that might be what we try to do, is just go grab that sucker. We put that on a reposting highwayman. We're going to get a lot of mileage out of it. Anything good going on in the stagecoach that we might consider firing, you know, what's her name for? Sybil Branson? Get her shit? Nope. Okay. Can we upgrade the stagecoach? We do have... Okay. We're going to pick up the next level of experienced recruits then. That, I feel, is totally worth it. We could also start upgrading some of the other things in our stagecoach now that we have available deeds, or at least spendable deeds, but not quite enough for this episode, so that'll have to hold off till next time. and everything. Just gonna have to hold off until next time. I'm wrapping this one up. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. We learned a very valuable lesson about going into the legendary dungeons with those spear-hurling pigmen. Those guys, they'll spit roast you. And I'm not talking about they're gonna hurl a spit at you and put you over an open fire. I mean, they're gonna fuck you in the mouth and ass, both at the same time. Those guys are assholes. So we, are gonna try and avoid getting simultaneously fucked in two holes that we don't necessarily want to be fucked in the future. But right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.